our group, we have worked with Mr. Kleinman's cat, and this is our presentation.
Mr. Kleinman is the protagonist of the story, and he's a rounded character. Mr. Kleinman is Jewish, and he lived under the Second World War. The Nazis took away his two sons because of their religion. The sons probably went to death camps, and it's the reason why Mr. Kleinman is afraid of the public. He's an old man, we don't exactly know his age, but we know he's getting pension. He's afraid to lose his cat because it's the only thing he had. Timmy is Mr. Kleinman's cat, and he's a flat character. The only thing we know about Timmy is he's getting kidnapped, and he loves liver. Mrs. Fortescue is Mr. Kleinman's neighbor. She's a warm-hearted and very strong lady. She has raised 4 children at her own. She cared about Mr. Kleinman. She banged on his door and called out, "Mr. Kleinman, you're all right, darling." That proves that she's a warm-hearted lady and she cares about other people. The 2 boys are the antagonists of the story. They kidnap Timmy. The older one is the most mean of the 2. He's the boss, and he wears Levi's and a mock leather battle jacket decorated with studs. And the younger is not as mean as the older one. He's follow him, and that's it. The clerk is a minor character of the story. We don't know anything about him except that he tries to help Mr. Kleinman.
Yes. Plot/structure. There is no flash forward or flashbacks in the story. It starts in immediate ways, which means we just been tossed into the story. The story has a regular course of action. There is no jumping in the text. As I said before, there's no flash forwards or flashbacks or no stop in the text. It just have a regular telling. It ends with Mr. Kleinman getting his cat back. That was the big surprise if you read the text. We get a good idea of the description of the characters, of their looks and how they are and how they act. And we have especially 2 descriptions of the antagonists where they were descriptively described.
Mr. Kleinman lives in a small apartment on the 2nd floor with a cat. The smell of home is the smell of cat. It's raining and it's cold outside. He doesn't turn the light and heat on because he doesn't have money for it. He lives on very bad conditions. Something that shows it, it's for example that his bed is like a groin. The narrator is a third person and omniscient because we see the story from Mr. Kleinman's view, but the story is also told in a third person with he and his, and not from first person and I. The narrator has been writing in third person omniscient because we have a point of view from Mr. Kleinman, and there is a lot of details.
Yeah, as you said, we see the point of view from our main character, Mr. Kleinman, and we get inside his head. An example for that could be with the clerk, where the clerk suggests that he goes to a doctor, but Mr. Kleinman just says yes, but in his head he's also thinking that he won't go to a doctor because he's afraid of filling out papers.
The themes of the story are trauma, discrimination, and racism. One of them is trauma. We can see that in the story where Mr. Kleinman don't want to fill out the papers. Racism because he got kids taken away from him under the Second World War, and discrimination leans a lot on racism.